brief road trip video post game. Just now entering the Queen. Yeah, Nashville's been one of those schools that's just like, wow. I've never understood the aura, the mystique of Nashville. I guess now I do because as an adult. But as a kid, it's just like...
Football in Nashville is elevated to
it's like a college town.
Yes. It's what, football is what Nashville does. I mean,
it's who they are.
Yes, it's who they are. Yeah. And Booneville, for a small school now, they used to be 4A. They've gotten to 3A, but they're the same way. I mean, it's a religious type atmosphere to your football team.
Greenwood's a big scale. Nashville's a medium. Booneville's a small.
Yeah. Greenwood, that's 7A level. Yeah, they're kind of off. They've kind of had 2 off years, but
they've also had a coaching change too. Then
right. But Greenwood in their off year comes in second.
Yeah, Greenwood in their off year wins 10 games easily.
Right. Yeah.
Were you surprised Rick Jones ended up leaving Greenwood to go take that administrative job at Missouri?
Well,
kind of, sort of.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. I mean, I don't know. I mean, at some point you got to do something else.
Yeah, true.
But I mean, where you go from leading a very successful program for that many years, maybe it was a good opportunity for him. Maybe he got tired of there's stress involved, without a doubt.
Oh gosh, yes.
There's pressure on you to win
constantly.
A friend of mine from Greenwood that knew the program really well. He walked in and he was talking to the coach and he said, "Hey, what you got marked on the calendar there?" And he said, "This is the regular season. This is the playoff, and that's the state championship."
Ooh.
I mean, it was on his calendar. This is before the season started. He was planning for
He was playing for a Little Rock trip easily.
That's the certainty with which he was playing that team. That's the certainty with which you command a team at that level, whether you're a Greenwood or a Booneville or a Nashville or a Warren for that matter.
I always thought Rick would have made a great coach for someone like Arkansas State. During all those years, they were constantly flopping coaches over. Hugh Freeze to Malzahn to Harsin to somewhere like that. I always thought somewhere along the line, I thought Rick Jones would fall into that job.
Well, I really thought Rick Jones would go to the college level. I mean, you're what, 7A?
Yeah.
You're practically there then. I mean, you're consistently graduating guys to Division I schools. Occasionally, you're coming up with some blue chip guys. I mean,
yeah.
When you're graduating that kind of talent to college football, you should be able to make that step if you want.
Yeah. Maybe he's doing that by taking that administrative job in Missouri, just kind of learning the college game a little bit.
I don't know. Administrative job? I don't know.
He's like the executive assistant or the special assistant to Eli Drinkowitz.
Right.
So at least you're kind of learning. You're inside. You're kind of like the man behind the curtain a little bit in Missouri.
Yeah, that's possible. But usually, if you're gonna go to the show, you're gonna go. At the very least, you're gonna step into an assistant coach job. An administrative job just seems like a dead end to me. But maybe not. Maybe you could be right. It could have been a foot in the door for him.
Yeah, do that for a couple of years, and then maybe say like the A-State job comes open, or say the Tulsa job comes open.
Right. But I mean, in the coaching field, even more than most things, you got to hit when your stock is hot. You got to hit when you're coming off of the state championship. You got to hit when you got a blue chip quarterback. I mean, Malzahn played that
Springdale team to the fiddle.
Played that ideally. I mean, he had
Mustang, Damian Williams, Ben Cleveland.
Yeah, Mustang. Is your blue chip quarterback coming up. Top pick in the nation for quarterbacks. Malzahn plays that into the assistant job at Arkansas, and then he immediately turns around, and then
jumps to Tulsa.
Jumps to Tulsa, then to A-State.
Auburn,
yeah.
Cam Newton won the national championship with him, and then A-State, and then back to Auburn.
Yeah. So, I mean, Malzahn is just, he's like to me, I mean, he's a great coach. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, he played the game
Perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly. I don't think you can play much better than that to come from the high school ranks to get into the college ranks to Division I football. I mean, that's